So somebody here has recently disapproved something that you've done. And I feel like it's been really frustrating because it's almost like you're trying to prove to these people, like, no, what I'm doing is correct and I feel it. And these people are just like, no, you shouldn't be doing this. You just shouldn't be doing this, or you should stay away from these people, stay away from this person. And in your gut, you're like, no, no, like it's going to improve, it's going to get better. So that's really what I'm seeing here in terms of the opening message for your particular reading. It says here, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. So you have here blue heron. Okay. Now what's really important here, oh look, you have another blue heron right there. And everywhere. Okay, so what's really important here is that you believe in your gut, you believe in your intuition, you believe in what you believe, because that's what the card here is showing. Sometimes other people don't know what you've been dealing with. They don't know the full background story. They don't know how much it means to you. And that's the thing that you really have to understand, especially, if they're deterring you away from a specific person or certain relationships or friendships. Of course, those friendships and relationships can really have a heavy weight in terms of the history and the attachment that you have to it. And the most important thing here is that your intuition, sometimes with certain soul ties as well, that you may have towards certain people, may really make you feel like you don't want to let go of something. Okay, so with that being said, I think the most significant part to all of this here is that you need to trust your intuition more than trusting other people's judgments on your situation. You need to trust your own intuition. If you are asking everyone else for advice but you're not listening to your own intuition, there is a bit of a problem there. And it's okay to ask tarot readers, it's okay to ask, a therapist for advice on certain things. It's okay to always get a second opinion, but if you are only relying on the opinion of others, this is where I think that this reading, it really is very important, is that it's important to understand that your life is yours and the decisions you make are yours, and you should not let other people dictate everything that you do. Okay, which basically just means that yes, you can get outside information, based on certain situations, but at the end of the day, you make your own choice, right? You make your own choice. Like, does this really make me feel good, or does it not? I'm not going to just make a choice and cut someone out because someone else is saying so. Okay, and so that's really what I feel like you're sort of dealing with here. And then we also have here as well, stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. I mean, okay, platypus. Okay, so yeah, I think it's just really about sort of having gratitude for the things that you do have, which I don't think you're an ungrateful person, but sometimes you may think, oh, life is too peaceful, maybe it's boring. I think let's just rephrase that to understand that actually when life is peaceful, it's a beautiful blessing, because a lot of people live in fear of their life. A lot of people are stressed. A lot of people don't know if they're going to, wake up tomorrow and have a loved one. A lot of people, and it's not to compare yourself to others, but it's to understand that, you do have a lot of blessings, and that there are certain things that may not be great, but not every thing in life can always be perfect, right? It is life at the end of the day, and we can't always control it, but we can definitely improve it, right? So that's the thing here, is just about recognizing the blessings and recognizing the things that are working and working towards those. So if you are, sort of thinking to yourself, okay, well, this area of my life isn't so great, but my work is great, or this area of my life is not so great, but my love life is okay, or this area of my life isn't great, but you know what, I have peace of mind, I can go to sleep without worrying too much, then it's about focusing on that and strengthening that, and really just applying that sort of energy to, this isn't great, but it will get better, and so I just want you to know, basically, in the moral of the story here, is that a lot of you are dealing with a lot of stress. You are working long hours. You have a lot going on. You have a lot of things happening, right? But your life does improve. Your life does get better. There is so much more joy. There's so much more money coming in. Money is a big one, especially with the 8 of Pentacles there. Okay, so yeah, I think that this is a reading you don't want to skip. I hope you haven't skipped it. I know that the quality of the camera isn't that great because technically the lighting has sort of just disappeared and now I'm sitting in the dark. I would say actually it's quite a miracle that the lighting looks at least this good, because around me it's really quite dark. So this is actually impressive, I'm not going to lie, but it's not impressive in the grand scheme of things from what you're used to watching video quality wise, right? your love life here seems to really work out very beautifully as well. I see less chaos, less conflict, and actually more love, more joy, more happiness. I think the card is really reflecting a lot of mutual energy, reciprocated effort, mutual efforts, and a lot of shared joy and experiences with peace. Look at that, peace is in the center right there as well. So I actually don't see you having to worry about your love life. What I will say is that, of course, you can always improve things in your life. So if there's one area of your life that you feel you're really struggling with, for example, say it's money, I do offer rituals which really work, and there are thousands of 5-star reviews. So there is a money ritual. If you're really struggling with, you know, things like health, the full body chakra cleanse can help you to just feel more revitalized and energized from a spiritual level. There is also the shadow work healing to help with healing, you know, if you have felt a lot of sadness and pain and trauma, grief, things like that. There's also as well the beauty ritual to feel good inside and out and to feel again rejuvenated and energized. There's also as well, you know, for example, if you are really suffering with love, there are so many love rituals, I don't even know where to begin. But you know, there's the love ritual for love for your highest good. There's the marriage ritual, manifest your specific person ritual, express their feelings to you, support and consistency, break no contact. There's the justice ritual, you know, if you feel like you've been really hard done wrong, you know, you've been really done wrong in life, that ritual can be really powerful. But basically, you know, these are things that I would really recommend, especially to sort of get things moving in that sense. And I do see here that there's a beautiful transformative energy of joy and happiness and fulfillment in your life without extreme worry. And also, you know, the other thing I want to say here is it's almost like you're going from being a caterpillar to a butterfly, and you have really grown and you have really changed. And some of you know this, that you have really gone through a lot of growth in a very short period of time. So going from a caterpillar to a butterfly can feel really overwhelming because you've literally changed. You've literally evolved in such a way that can sometimes feel like confusing, right? Some of you may have gone through that change physically with your body. You may have gone through that mentally. You know, you've literally gone from one thing to another so quickly that it's a lot to understand. It's a lot to figure out. So be gentle on yourself. I think this is very important here. And then we also have here the 6 of Pentacles. Look at that. So there's more financial stability coming. And the main thing here that I really want you to know, okay, is let's focus on the blessings, because the universe wants you to focus on your blessings. We also know that when you focus on more blessings, you attract more blessings. The more grateful you are for the things you have, the more you will get what you actually want. So actually that works all in all. We know this with the law of attraction. If you know this, then the law of attraction means knowing what you want and being okay without it. That's how you get what you want. You know what you want, but you're okay without it, which is basically gratitude. So if you are thinking to yourself, oh, Moonlight, like I am grateful, but if you really want certain things in your life, if you're grateful for what you have now, you will actually just get what you want. So it's a bit of a cheat code to the law of attraction, but basically if you want to manifest, just keep thanking the universe for the things you have now, okay? Even if it's not exactly where you want to be and it's not perfect, and you will just keep getting more. It's just a cheat code, but not really, right? And yeah, and make a stand in what you believe in, which is really what the blue heron is about. If someone does you wrong, you know, say to them, I didn't like what you did, you know, this didn't make me feel good. And having those strong boundaries means that you then are not attracting in the people pleasers. You're not attracting in the people that just say, you know, the nice things and just say what you want to sort of hear. You're having those healthy boundaries, and you're not scared of people, right? So I think that this is important. Obviously you don't have to be rude to people and mean to people, but you're attracting more of what you want, which is that high level of energy, that high level of respect, that high level of understanding, and that is what then really flourishes and flows your way. By the way, if you're interested in any personal services, readings, items and rituals, everything is on shopmoonlightguidance.com and linked down below. I offer everything. It's literally on my website, and linked down below on Etsy as well. But yes, readings and rituals are done within 12 to 24 hours, and there's intention items like bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, candles, sage bundles, teas, etc. Literally everything is there for your convenience. Okay. So we have here 3 of Pentacles, okay? 3 of Pentacles is very important because it's about more teamwork, more collaboration. There's more opportunities coming your way where you are going to be involved with a group of people that are very like-minded. So this is important, okay? And the more you stand your ground against people that are not like-minded, the more you will attract the like-minded people, right? Because you attract what you allow. And then we also have here as well the Chariot, which is this beautiful energy of emotional energy, joy, consistency flowing into your life, feeling strong, feeling good, feeling balanced. And this is also about really kind, loving people, being very proactive. You've got that yin and yang energy here, which is about people that listen to you, care about you, understand your emotions, understand your feelings, and don't try to, like, you know, take that away from you and tell you, no, you can't feel this way. You know, these are like loving people that feel like a true hug. Okay, and then you've also got here as well strength. You're only getting stronger, you're becoming more powerful, you are manifesting at a 10 times stronger rate, and because of this, trust me, you are just going to become stronger. But I think that, you know, some of you have been manifesting, but perhaps maybe not doing it quite correctly. I think the blue heron really is showing here as well. First and foremost, have strong boundaries, but second of all, that gratitude energy is going to bring all of your blessings in. And it's not because you haven't been having gratitude, but because maybe, you know, you just always thought, oh, I just have to write down a piece of paper what I want, and then just like, you know, no. Well, now you know exactly how it works, right? The more the universe like sees you and hears you having gratitude, the more the universe like, yeah, I got it on a platter for you, here you go. Okay, it's all coming. So this is your reading. Okay, if this resonates, please like, comment down below and subscribe. Let me know how it resonates, because I feel like it will, and I'll see you all very soon.